Welcome to Webworks. This is the site that we'll be using to do all of our problem sets for the online algebra modules. Please talk to a teacher about obtaining an account so that you can have individualized problem sets. After you log in, here's the page. It has 13 problem sets corresponding to some of the topics we have on the Loomis Portal page. And notice for each problem set you have the due date, the date and also the specific time that it's due. And if I were to click on one of these problem sets, I go straight to the problem set, and this problem set, which is on exponents, notice has 13 problems, and for each of the problem it shows you the number of attempts, how many times you try the problem. And for all these problems you do have an unlimited number of attempts, and these problems with 1 point, the status tells you what percentage of the problem you have done correctly. So if a problem has only one part, then this will say either 0% or 100% according to whether you've done it correctly or not. So if I were to click on one of these problems, the problem has some direction, the actual question, and then a box where you can enter the answer. So once you enter the answer, you can submit the answer, and it will tell you whether the answer is correct or not. And please make sure you check what you wrote along with what the answer preview is. The answer preview is the nicer notation of what you wrote, so that you are sure that that's what you mean for the answer, and the result tells you whether the answer is correct or not. And after you've done a problem, you can press next or previous to move up and down on the problem sets. There's also an option to email the instructor if you have any questions, and the up button will give you back to the front page of that problem set. And another thing that I want to address is how you enter the answers in Webworks. So notice on the right of each problem set, so if I go back to the main page of the homework set, if I click on any of these problem sets, on the right side has a list of functions and symbols that Webworks understands. So if I were to click on it, I will go to a wiki page that tells you how to enter your answers. A lot of times these are very straightforward. Addition, subtraction, multiplication is the symbol, or you can write it, for example, 2x next to each other, that means multiply. Division is this symbol. Exponentiation is that symbol right there. For example, 3 squared, which is 9, can be written like so. There's some fancier functions down here at the bottom, sine, cosine, but a lot of these are not covered in the module. So that will be a resource to look at if you're not sure about how to enter a certain answer. If I were to go back to the problem, and Webworks is actually very flexible with the answer. So if the answer was 3/4, I can also enter the answer as 9/12, which is the same answer but in an unsimplified form. So Webworks is very good about recognizing different form of the same answer. If I were to enter in the decimal part of that fraction, it can also recognize that. So if I enter 0.75, then Webworks will also accept that as an answer. Okay, that's basically the introduction to Webworks. Another thing I want to mention is that if you have your own individual account, then Webworks will keep track of all your work, the number of attempts, how many problems you got right, how much you got right. And if I were to enter into a problem, if you have your own account, then the questions are the same, but the numbers will be different, so that you can have your own problems and you can work with other students. But if everyone has his or her own account, then the problems will be similar but different numbers. So that's one powerful way of keeping track of your work individually. Okay, that's basically the introduction to Webwork. Please contact your teacher if you have any other questions. Thank you.